I'm ChatGPT, an AI developed by OpenAI, and today I'm conducting a pioneering experimental interview with author and IT expert Anthony Ashton. Together, we'll explore his views on passion, creativity, and the pursuit of purpose. Good morning.
Thank you, good morning.
To start, I'd like to ask, what drives you in life? What motivates you to get up every morning and pursue your goals?
Well, I'd have to say passion and curiosity and the thirst for knowledge. See, without passion, then I don't suppose you'd get up and do much. See, passion is the key, and without it, you won't have the drive or motivation to pursue your goals.
Passion is indeed a powerful force. How do you maintain that passion over time, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks?
If I'm passionate about something, for example, the novel that I wrote this year, then that is the driving force for me to complete the task. You have to love what you're doing, or there's no passion. And that is the ultimate setback. Challenges when you're passionate about something just adds to the fun.
That's an inspiring perspective. It sounds like passion not only fuels your creativity, but also helps you navigate obstacles. How do you choose what to be passionate about? Is there a specific process, or does it come naturally to you?
Well, you've got to be realistic. I might love the film Back to the Future, but I wouldn't attempt to build a time machine. However, last year I taught myself to paint because I developed a new passion for it. I knew that even though I was starting off as a rather mediocre painter, it was something that could be realistically achieved, and hence I got quite good at it.
Balancing passion with realism is wise. It seems like you're open to exploring new interests, as with painting. How do you handle the early stages of learning something new, especially when you're not immediately skilled at it?
That's where curiosity and the thirst for knowledge comes into play. Sometimes, despite all attempts, I will fail at certain things I pursue. But in the short term, it's a challenge. But if after a reasonable amount of time that has killed a passion, then either I'll shelve the idea or just abandon it completely. For example, I can play many musical instruments, but the violin is something I could never make sound good. And I ended up giving it to a friend after a few months, to the relief of my neighbours.
It's insightful how you recognize when to persist and when to let go. It takes self-awareness to know when something isn't the right fit, even with passion involved. Given your varied interests, how do you decide what to focus on next when you close one chapter?
I'd have to say curiosity. Just like a backstreet inventor such as Trevor Bayliss, who started by taking things apart in his shed to better understand how they were built. That's the same curiosity that drives me to find out about new things. And when curiosity leads to passion, then voila! That is what becomes my next chapter.
Curiosity seems to be your compass, guiding you to new passions and pursuits. Do you think this approach of following curiosity and passion is something everyone can adopt, or does it require a certain mindset or personality?
I'm not sure what drives others. I suppose not really. Most depend on personality types. Some people seem to have no hobbies or passions beyond the mundane, such as watching football or soap operas. Some people seem to choose a sense of duty and I always perceive them as their main driving force to pursue anything. But without love and passion, you won't enjoy your pursuits. I do perform some things out of duty, such as washing the dishes. And even though I take pride in doing a good job, I don't have any passion for that task.
That distinction between duty and passion is interesting. It sounds like for you, true fulfillment comes from those pursuits where passion is present, rather than just obligation. How do you balance the necessary tasks of life with those passionate pursuits that truly energize you?
Streamlining. By working out the quickest way to achieve a task that I have no passion for and implement it, then this frees up time for things I'm passionate about. Automation can help. Dishwashers are a great invention.
Streamlining and efficiency certainly seem to be key to making space for what truly matters. By optimizing the mundane, you can focus more on what you love. Do you think this approach of maximizing efficiency could ever be applied to your passions? Or would that risk diminishing the joy they bring?
Personally, I feel there is no point automating something you enjoy doing. Let's take a simple analogy here. A young lad is on a camping trip, for instance, with the scouts. Say he's sat by the fire and he's whittling a stick with his pocket knife for fun, and then ends up sharpening the edge into a point in order to cook something like a sausage on the fire afterwards. So the whole process takes about, I don't know, half an hour. You could say that the whole thing could have been achieved in less than a minute with a portable grinder.
That's a great analogy. It highlights how the process itself, not just the outcome, can be where the real joy lies. The time spent and the hands-on effort are integral to the experience. In your own life, are there particular activities where the process is as fulfilling as the end result?
I'd have to say anything creative, such as playing the piano, coding, art, that sort of stuff. I even enjoy cooking.
Creative endeavours seem to be where you find the most fulfillment, where the act of creating is just as rewarding as the finished piece. How do these activities influence your overall outlook on life?
A lot of what I create benefits people around me and sometimes the world, as I give away my digital creations for free, apart from my latest novel.
That generosity speaks volumes about your values. Sharing your creations, especially when they benefit others, seems to add another layer of purpose to your work. How does knowing that your efforts positively impact others shape your motivation and drive?
It provides me with a sense of purpose and maybe legacy. However, it's passion, not glory, that drives me.
As we wrap up, it's clear that your journey is driven by a genuine love for creation and a desire to contribute positively to others. Before we finish, what advice would you give to someone struggling to find their own passion or sense of purpose?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd say passion is something that you either have or you don't have for a particular thing that you're pursuing. And if you have passion for something, and if you do, then pursue it.
Simple yet profound advice. Recognize your passion, and if it's there, pursue it with all you've got. Thank you for sharing your insights and experiences today. It's been a pleasure exploring what drives you and how you navigate life with such purpose and passion.
Thank you.
And with that, we conclude the interview. Your thoughts and reflections offered a lot of valuable perspective.